game of the West Coast road trip is complete. Thank God for that. And you know what? I think I can speak for like every single Leaf fan when this road trip is so scary for so many reasons. Number one, you stay up this late, you want to see your team play well. And historically, the Leafs, well, they really haven't. And for myself personally, it is 1:20 in the morning and I got to be up at 5. So, yeah, if I'm staying up, it better be worth it. And tonight's performance from the Toronto Maple Leafs was well worth it. 3-0 winners over the L.A. Kings today. And look, coming into the game, I didn't expect the Leafs to win. As much as we've seen, they played well against Carolina. Obviously deserved a better fate, I think. But either way, you know, they went out there tonight in game 1 of this Cali trip, and they put a really solid defensive performance together. I was very impressed. From top to bottom, from minute 1 to minute 60, defensively, they were great. From the forward core to the D core to Martin Jones, they looked quiet, they looked relaxed, there was no real urgency at any point, which is what you want the Leafs to play with. The moment they start playing sporadic is when things go wrong. How many times were there off odd man rushes the other way? Like, honestly, I don't remember one. Maybe I missed 1 or 2, but it didn't feel like there was much. The Leafs did not allow the Kings to have anything. When there was any sort of offense, it was all from the outside. I'm sure they had a couple really good chances, but isn't it nice when you have a goaltender in net that can make a couple of those saves? And Martin Jones did that today, picks up the shutout, 31 save shutout in LA at Crypto.com. And with the win, the Leafs are now back in the win column and give all Leafs Nation a little bit of a sigh of relief, right? They lost 3 straight coming into today. They were like 1-4-1 in their last 6. They had not been playing pretty well. And to go to LA and get a shutout like that, everyone can sigh. Just take a breath. We're good. Let's break this thing down. First period, nothing really going goal-scoring wise, but I thought the Leafs put a really good period together. They came out flying offensively, but they couldn't bury anything. Shots on goal were 11-6 in the period. You were kind of waiting for LA to make that push. They didn't really get it, and you were feeling pretty confident, right? And you go to the second period off a gorgeous play down low. Tavares does a great job keeping the puck in, puts it down below the goal line. Tyler Bertuzzi's below the line, and he does a nice backhand feed to the front of the net where Willie Nylander's coming right down Broadway, and he buries it past Cam Talbot at 5:13 of the second period, and the Leafs are up 1-0. Bertuzzi and Tavares, Nylander's 18th goal of the year. And you heard Kyprios on Kipper and Bourne today talking about how the Leafs are getting closer to inking this thing with Willie Nylander, and they want this thing done before the All-Star break, which would be interesting because then he's locked up. You know, he's going to be an All-Star. The All-Star game is in Toronto. Kind of interesting. But we'll see how that plays out moving forward. But adding to his case today with the opening goal at 5:13 of the second period. About 3 minutes after that, the greatest moment of the season for me. Well, one of. I mean, you could probably think of better ones. But Tyler Bertuzzi loses his glove. And he's playing with his bare hand on his stick. And he's winning the loose puck battle. Gets the puck at the Leafs blue line, backhands it to the center of the ice, and Cam Talbot tries to poke it as Cali Yarncroc picks up the puck, goes to the backhand, and beats him. Yarncroc's 9th of the year, Bertuzzi with the assist, Domi with the secondary, and Bertuzzi's got 1 glove on. What a mutant! And the Leafs got a 2-0 lead, 8:14 into the second. We're feeling great right now. But you got to keep going. You cannot allow your foot off the gas. And the one moment, I don't want to say they let their foot off the gas, but the one moment I thought LA had the great opportunities was that late second period power play where I think they had 6 shots in the power play, but Martin Jones, again, what have I said about Samsonov? I don't need you to make every single big save, but we're asking for a couple big saves in big moments. So you know that one play in the first period where he had, I think they passed from below the goal line to a guy in front of the net. It might have been Trevor Moore. And he made a really nice save. Came out and challenged. Bang. Big save. That play in the second period. 6 shots in the power play. He stopped all 6. You go into the second intermission. You got a 2-0 lead. You're feeling still pretty confident. Shots on goal in the second period were 13-11 in favor of LA. But again, 6 shots on that one power play. So take that for what it is. And you go into the third in good shape. But again, do not take your foot off the gas. And they did not. The defensive performance of the third, sure, there were times where LA had the zone time, and sure, shots on goal were 13-7. But if you look at the 13 shots, how many of those would you say are grade A, grade A opportunities? There weren't many. There really weren't many. A lot of it was to the outside, or if it's at the D-core, it's way up high at the blue line. The Leafs did a really nice job. And then Willie Nylander scores the empty netter with a minute to go, his 19th of the season, double dips in the game, lights out, curtains, 3-0 Leafs win. A really nice defensive performance. Shots on goal, like I said, 13-7 LA in the third period, 31-29 LA for the game, but it didn't feel that way. It really didn't. If you watch the game, the Leafs controlled this one, and it was very impressive. Games like this, games like the Pittsburgh beatdown, and I think there's probably one more game. I'm going to quickly look through the schedule and find one that really jumps out at me, because I know there was one recently. Was that the Rangers 7-3 win, you could say? 4-0 Predators. That was, even though it's Nashville, but when you dominated at home and Sam Stuff had the shutout, God, how times have changed. But that was a big one where they just played really good hockey. And I'd say those are the ones that jump out to me. And you know what all of them have in common? They're recent. They're within the last month. Does that tell me the Leafs are finding themselves a little bit more? I'd say so. It's also surrounded by a lot of 9-3 against Buffalo and a couple 6 goals against Columbus, albeit all of those are Samsonov starts. So we all know that he gets put on waivers, clears waivers, but is not at the Marlies. It's kind of an interesting situation. Dennis Hill to be possibly in the cage tomorrow. Sign me up for that. You have the damn Ducks, and for God's sakes, if the Leafs put a performance like this together, they're going to crush them. But we have seen the Leafs do this before, so I'm not getting too excited. Let's get into these team stats. All right, face-off dot, fairly even, 33-30 in favor of LA. Both teams got nothing going on the power play. LA has the best penalty kill in hockey, and that was very on display today. Leafs were 0 for 4. They were 0 for 3. Isn't it fitting, with David Kampf in the lineup, you don't allow a power play goal? Funny stuff, isn't it, Sheldon? Anyways, it is what it is. You got the win today. And the Leafs out-hit the L.A. Kings 21-17. Just something I wanted to fire in there. Now, team stats, or I guess player stats. Martin Jones, obviously the 31-save shutout. Remarkable stuff from him. Nylander, a couple goals and a +2. Yarncroc, a goal, a +1. Burt, 2 assists and a +2. Tavares and Domi both had 1 assist each. And Mark Giordano, shout out him. How many blocks did he have today? 3 block shots, including that one on the power, or was it the 4-on-4? Late in this game where he just laid out for it. And the bench was on their feet, because you just love it, right? The 40-year-old guy lying down to block a shot. Just don't get hurt, Gio, for the love of God. But great stuff from him. The team overall, you can't complain. Just a great performance overall. But you got to keep going. One game ain't just good enough. And tomorrow, wow, what just happened there? Hello. I swear I'm 27. Oh, God, don't say that. It makes me feel old. I know it's not that old, but it feels it. Tomorrow is the second half of the back-to-back against the Anaheim Ducks. Did Anaheim play today? They did not, from what I can see. They did not play today. Did the Anaheim Ducks? They're fresh. They're also 13-23. They've lost 2 in a row. They're 3-7 in their last 10. And after that great start to the year, they have been putrid since. They lost 7-2 to the Oilers last time out on New Year's Eve. Do a job tomorrow, okay? Do a job tomorrow. Get 2 points and get the hell out of there. Now, we heard before the game, Sheldon Keefe also said that Dennis Hildeby might not get the start. Depends on Martin Jones' workload today. And I thought the Martin Jones workload today wasn't all that heavy because I thought the Leafs played really well. But for the love of God, get him in there. Just give me some Dennis Hildeby. Give me the Hilda Beast, the 6'7" monster. Give me that. And if he struggles, hey, it is what it is, man. It's his NHL debut. But you know how the Leafs usually do it with young guys making their debuts. They usually play sound defensively. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what Sheldon ends up deciding on. But I'd love to see Dennis Hill, the Beast, get the game tomorrow against the Ducks. 9 p.m. puck drop, an hour and a half earlier than today. We'll take it. And thank God the Leafs are more important than the Sharks, because that game on Saturday in San Jose, that's a 7 o'clock puck drop. Hell yeah, all right? So you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the game today, because if you did, well, if you didn't, you're either not a Leaf fan or you're tired or something, I don't know. But if you liked it, hit that like button anyways. because it was a fantastic hockey game. Hit the subscribe button if it's not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you're not done so already, and I'll talk to you guys. Of course, I'll be here tomorrow, Raptors edition. They're in Memphis taking on the Grizzlies, 8 p.m. tip-off there, looking to see if they can keep their mojo rolling. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're back in action on, well, tomorrow night as well. What am I talking about? 9 o'clock puck drop in Anaheim against the Ducks. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the dub today. Talk to you guys then.